Okay, so have you ever felt like you are just at the end of your rope? You've tried everything to get your baby to sleep, but nothing seems to be working. Well, it turns out there's this really powerful and honestly often overlooked connection between your baby's feeding schedule and their sleep. So let's dive into this because getting this one thing right could be the absolute game changer you've been searching for.
I want to start with a story that's probably going to sound incredibly familiar to some of you. I was on the phone with a client and she was just at her wit's end. You could hear it in her voice. Her little 6-month-old was waking up, no joke, every single hour, all night long. She was exhausted and my heart just ached for her. It's a feeling so many of us parents know all too well.
And that feeling, bad experience, well, that brings us right into what we're calling the relentless nights. Because that's exactly what it feels like, right? Just this never-ending cycle of waking up, trying to soothe them, and hoping for just a few minutes of quiet before it all starts right back up again.
And a schedule like this, it probably looks painfully familiar. Waking up every single hour at night, and then these teeny tiny 20-minute cat naps during the day. It's just this pattern of constant disruption. There's just no time for that deep, restorative sleep. Not for the baby, and definitely not for you.
So, if any of this is hitting home, if you're nodding along right now, here's the most important thing I can tell you. You are not alone in this. This struggle is so real, and it's a shared experience for so many parents. You know, as a mom who's cared for 9 babies myself, I get it. I know how endless those nights can feel.
But what if the solution isn't just about rocking them more or shushing louder? What if it's something else entirely? That's what we're going to get into in this next part, the hidden connection. We're going to shift gears from the problem and look at the science behind a potential solution. So, what is it? What is this powerful, almost secret link between eating and sleeping? I've learned just how tightly these two things are connected, and honestly, the science behind it is just fascinating.
Okay, the answer really comes down to this term right here, the circadian rhythm. Now, that sounds complicated, but it's not. Put simply, it's your baby's internal 24-hour clock. It's the little biological conductor in their brain that tells their body, hey, it's time to be awake, and then later, okay, now it's time to wind down and go to sleep. It's the master controller.
Now think about it. We spend so much time and energy focusing on what we feed our babies, right? Milk, formula, when to start solids, and all of that is incredibly important, for sure. But we often completely miss the other half of the equation when we feed them. The timing of their meals can act as this powerful cue to help set that internal clock. But when the timing is all over the place, it can totally confuse their system, leading to the exact sleep problems we're trying to solve.
And this idea, well, it brings us to the absolute core message for today. It's so simple, but the impact is massive. Timing really is everything.
I really want you to let this next part sink in. When you feed can matter almost as much as what you feed. See, this isn't about some fancy diet or a specific type of food. It's about using the pattern of feeding to work with your baby's natural biology instead of fighting against it.
So why does getting this right matter so much? Well, this is way bigger than just one person's sleep. This is about creating a well-rested household, a place where everyone can actually thrive.
The benefits here are huge, and there are really 2 big ones. First, obviously, when you align feeding and sleep, you are directly supporting your baby's growth and development. That is goal number 1. But secondly, and this is just as critical, it enhances the well-being of the entire family. When the baby sleeps better, everybody sleeps better. The stress just melts away, and you can actually start enjoying things again.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought to chew on. As you go about your day, just take a fresh look at your routine. Could it be that your baby's feeding schedule, that simple daily pattern, is the key you've been looking for to finally unlock a calmer, more rested home?